Hello friends, how are you doing? I hope you can see me. Today I'm going to show you how to do this portrait right here of this particular girl. This is from Pixabay images, and they're free for you to download or use for your practice, and they're copyright violation free. All right, so you can always download or look at images that you can work from Pixabay. Okay, so this is Pixabay images, and I'm going to show you how to draw this right here. Okay, so let's begin, friends. All right, so for this one, I'm going to be using this just a pencil to draw, and it could be any pencil, but in this case, I'm using a .5 leads, .5 lead, you know. Actually, I'm going to show you using a 6B pencil, all right? Once again, we're going to be using a 6B pencil, and let's begin. And this is the image. This is the person that we're going to draw, a portrait of this girl. Once again, this is a picture coming from Pixabay Images, all right? Pixabay, and it's something that you can use for free. Let's begin. I'm using a 6B pencil. It doesn't matter what you use. The trick is for you to get those proportions correct, all right? So let's begin. So once again, friends, there we go. The first thing I want to look for is the gesture of the head, you know, the what I'm going to be doing is how is the head, you know, the way the head is actually facing you, the gesture, the posture of the head, the tilt, you know. The head, is it raised up, down, all right? And I'm looking for those broad shapes first. And basically the the forehead, you know, let's take a look at this as our reference for the forehead, and there's the picture, the eyebrows right there, and we're looking for this gap, the distance between the eyebrows, right? Very important to get this correct. So now we have a reference. As you can see, we're able to have a reference with the eyebrow and the forehead, you know. So we want to be able to build it from there. And let's continue. The hair is coming down, and now the nose right there, the bridge of the nose, right? So you want to keep in mind those I'm just going to put a circle right here, you know. So I want to pop it up. And the nostrils. And so you want to make sure that the nose is proportionately, and it's having those planes, you know. All right, and now we go to the mouth. And basically what I'm doing here is like mapping it out really, making sure the angles are correct. And try to, I'm not worried too much, but I try to visualize it and lay it down really quickly at first, so we can get a little. So what I'm looking for is these distances. You see, like the distance, this one. I might even put a line like this, a line going up. All right, I just want to establish those proportions, those distances between the nose, the bridge of the nose, between the eyes, you see, right here. So I'm just making marks right now, really, trying to follow as closely as possible to the reference that we have here. Once again, Pixabay, reference, portraits. I'm not even worried so much about getting it to look exactly like her, but I want to make it like a realistic, a believable portrait of a woman, okay? So using this as a reference, it's not like I'm commissioned to do an exact portrait, but when you do a portrait, and if you get these proportions and these particular things that we're working on here correctly, you will make a good painting, a good portrait. Okay, so basically I'm just laying it out like not even worried about, so there you see the, all right, once again, there you go, friends. You see the eyes right there, and you have the upper eyelid right over here, right over there, like that. Okay, and then we'll cut down all this later on, but and so there you go. You see, as you can see, all right, look. And the chin is a little bit tilted up like that. So I'm using this as a model, as a reference, but we're not worried too much about the exact, to make it exactly like her. It's not like a commissioned portrait. Got it, friends? Thank you very much. And please, I'm not looking at the comments, so welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. And now let's continue on. And here's the neck. The neck is coming right about there. And this hairline, as you can see, boom. So I would come up with, what I'm looking for is to come up with a decent face, a figure that's a little bit believable. It's not realistic at all. I don't want to make anything realistic, but rather more artistic, Not realistic, but more artistic. So as you can see, friends, here's the hairline going down like this. And so now basically what I'm looking for is concentrating on the broader shape. So you see the forehead. So let's go over it. So the forehead and the hair, which is going, as you can see, the hair You see that? So those are the things I'm concentrating on before I work on any details, all right? And just to get those proportions correct first. And so as you can see, I was holding my pencil like this, not like this, but rather like this. So when I get to the details, I change it around like this. And it's up to you the way you do it, all right? So once again, good practice is very important to keep practicing and working all the time, you know? So, and now I'm concentrating a little bit more on a few more details, but like as you can see, these are very important. Now let me show you right here the distance between the eye and the nose. These distances here, right? That come up to the bridge of the nose right here. These distances must be clear and you need to show them. All right, you need to show these. So once again, there's the picture we're working on, okay? Whoop. Because of technical difficulties, we have to stop this here, guys. I'm sorry about it, but due to technical difficulties of the camera, I'm gonna have to end this. I'll be back soon. Thank you for joining me, all right? Because you get a good idea of what we came up with so far. Look, see? Nice and quick. And we're getting there, you know? Thank you for watching.